If these work, it will be something I try every year. If they don't work, maybe it was just me, I've done it wrong. So I've came down here today and spent a few hours just doing some planting, some weeding. Rain is on and off, so I haven't really been recording, but next time I come down, I'll just go over a few things that I did. But one thing I do want to do is move my cabbages into the bed over there. Now I do have a frame that I can cover them over with, kind of a race against the clock with this weather at the moment. So I'm going to get them out of the polytunnel, in the ground, and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. And like I said, these were just ones I planted last year to overwinter in the polytunnel, just to see if I can get them to kind of do better than they did last year in the bed. Kind of a head start and a new bed. So fingers crossed, I should get some nice cabbage this year, but we'll find out. Yeah, so I will be using this to protect them this year. My garlic and things should do well without being covered up. So I just need this to mark out where the edges are going to be so I don't go over. First casualty of the day. feels really good to get some crops in the ground. Now, again, this is just a protection from the pigeons, but yeah, should do all right in there. And if not, again, these were just some things that I tested over the winter to see if I can get them to start early. And so far, they're looking good. So I'm hopeful. So I've kind of been given these from a plot neighbour. They're just really like dense beams, which actually I thought make a far better edging to my plot near my pond. And there's, I think, 4 more, which I will show you what I want to do with them over here. So obviously at the front of my plot, I used to have kind of old logs kind of edging my fruit tree area. Just something I can get the strimmer up to and keep it really tidy, really neat. But now I can use these instead. So I should have enough to do this full one and hopefully the front of this one. It just gives the front of my plot a really nice, clean, tidy look. And for free, can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely pleased with that. Gives me a real definite edge, something to get my grass trimmer in there. And yeah, that's going to last longer than the pile of logs I was using, and I'll just keep them in a pile for any wildlife that want to make their home there. Yeah, one left. Not sure what I'm going to do with this, but for now, yeah, I like that. It is a nice kind of calm morning at the plot today, so a good day to come down and get some stuff done. Now, one thing involves this bubble wrap. Now, I've seen all over the internet lately that there is a great kind of space-saving way of starting your seeds, and also it's quite a cool one. So I'm going to be showing you what I'm doing with this later in the video. But for now, I'm going to make a coffee, feed the birds, and try and get a few jobs done, hopefully before it starts raining. Excuse the mud, but I did want to show you quickly my spring bulbs and how amazing they are doing. You can see there is a lot. There is daffodils, there are, can't remember the name of this, but it looks like a thistle. I've got muscari, tulips, a single snowdrop poking through. And yeah, just a lot in this bed that I'm really looking forward to flowering and growing and just filling this area full of life. Again, here I do have quite a large area of bulbs which are poking through slowly but surely. Again, tulips, I have some, these here are alliums. Again, just as it's hard to see, but there is a lot of bulbs poking through. And excitingly to see, my rhubarb is doing really well. Again, this was put in last year, so I'm really hopeful that this year I can actually eat it. Signs of life, so that's good. So that is my spring bulbs, and I'm just excited for them to all flower and look great. But yeah, for now, it's very brown, very miserable, but on closer inspection, there is so much life. And I'm hoping all that time planting all those bulbs is going to pay off and look really, really nice. So, like I said, today I'm going to be attempting my own version of the seed snail or soil burrito, and it is a kind of space-saving way of growing your seeds. You simply just get some offcuts of plastic, in my case bubble wrap, cover it with soil, put on your seeds and roll it up. Now, it's as simple as that. And simply by rolling your seeds in this plastic and creating a vertical growing space, you will maximize the amount of seeds you can plant in a smaller area. So if you don't have the space at home on your window ledges or in your greenhouse or polytunnel, this could be a great way of planting all your spring and summer crops at home in a window ledge without millions of plastic pots, plastic trays cluttering everywhere up. Now, this is a great way of retaining your moisture in your soil. It is not porous like your plastic pots or your terracotta pots, which leach water through the sides. This will keep the water and the moisture in. So again, less watering, and it's kind of creating a mini greenhouse. So some of those more stubborn seeds like your chilies, your peppers, your aubergines, this could be a good one for them. And again, just help them all to germinate faster and hopefully stronger. Like your more typical plastic pot, or again your terracotta pots, the roots tend to hit the sides, spiral round, get root bound, and isn't very good for the plant. So doing it with the plastic, it encourages your roots to grow down. When the roots hit the bottom and the fresh air, they will stop growing and give out more of your feeder roots, which will just encourage your plant to be stronger anyway. Other benefits as well: zero transplant shock. Again, no digging, no pulling them out, no ripping your seeds apart. You simply just unroll this, take out your seedling with its roots and just plant it in the ground. So hopefully things like your peas, your beans, you're going to have less damage to the roots, less damage to their structure, and hopefully you won't get that horrible limp seedling that you've just put out, which 2 or 3 hours later is lying on its side and looks like it's going to die. Hopefully this method is going to keep it from having as much shock. You might have a little bit, but again, we just want to minimize the damage to the roots as much as possible, and this way helps that. And again, low cost, minimizes space. You don't have to buy any more plastic pots, plastic trays. You can easily fit, I'd say, 10 of these spirals into one normal sized seed tray, whereas usually you would have just 2 trays with 2 types of seeds in. This way you can get 10, 20 different types of seeds in their own little burritos, different sizes, in one tray. Again, saving space, saving money, saving time, and hopefully giving you a better result later on in the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this full of soil, get one of my packets of seeds and create my first burrito. So all I'm doing is just putting a thin layer of soil on this. Again, it doesn't have to be too neat, but you want enough so the seeds can germinate and be happy in there for a while. Now my soil is quite wet, so I'm probably not going to water this anyway. And this is the first time I'm doing this, so forgive me if I'm doing anything wrong, but I'm giving it a go and hopefully I will have some success. Yep. So that's it. So I think this one I'm going to put some meteor peas in. Now I want them across the top really, so as I spiral it around they can grow down. Again, spacing is up to you. I don't know how deep or how far apart to put these, but enough so that they've got enough space for the roots to spread down and not get too tangled amongst each other. So I fitted 12 in there, which is not bad. So now I think you just roll it. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so it's all new to me, but how hard could it be? Elastic band would be better for this at this stage, but I don't have any at the moment, so a cable tie is going to have to do until I can get some. Keep it together anyway, so just use what you've got. This is where you need 2 sets of hands. Just do one for now so I can get the next one on easier. Pull that a little bit tighter. I might add a bit more soil to this on the top just to stop it from collapsing in on itself. But it looks like it's doing what it's meant to. Looks all right. So put that to the side for now and I will get onto my second one. Now please let me know in the comments if you've done this before, if you've done this in the past, if it's not worked, if you think it's some sort of gimmick, but I don't see why it won't work. It's got benefits, I think. Maybe get more to the edge this time. Right, so next I'm gonna do some broad beans. Now, these are aquadoci broad beans. I already have these in the ground, but these are my spare ones, so why not? And I've heard that if you plant these on their side, there's a little divot and collect water and rot the seed. So I'm probably going to face that down, to be honest, to minimize any rot. Make sure these are deep enough. I actually may turn these on their side. I think that's the way to do it. So there's 10 in there, not bad. Again, just going to roll it the same way I did before. Cover myself in soil while I do it. Get my cable ties, give that a little close. Again, going to add a bit more soil in the top just to keep it from closing in on itself. Second one. I am getting filthy while I'm doing this. Right, so I do have just 2 more. So just brought you in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. So this one, again, sweet peas. Can't have enough of sweet peas. And then simply roll. Now it definitely feels like a burrito and it's making me pretty hungry. And again, elastic band, a bit of string, anything that you've got at home will be good for tying this up with. Now obviously cable ties is all I have at the moment, but it will do the job anyway. Stand it up, just pat the top down so you get that spiral. There you go. So I have one more to do. Again, this one is just going to be more sweet peas. I've just got a generic pink one and a red one, which I'll probably just mix up and do half each. Done. And now the fun part, the rolling up. I don't know how tight this needs to be or anything, but I think as long as it holds together and there's enough soil in there, it should be fine. But I definitely do think this is a unique thing to try and definitely something worth giving a go. Spare peas, beans, anything, and who knows if it works. It could be something you use every year. Done. Last one. So I have made a slight mistake. I do not know which is which, but thankfully peas, broad beans, sweet peas all look different. So when they start to shoot through, I'm gonna quite easily know which ones are which. But yeah, they're pretty cool looking things and I really want them to do well. That is the seedling snail soil burrito done. I've got 4 things to try and hopefully 4 things are going to grow. Again, great little idea, great way of saving space. And over the next few weeks, as these hopefully germinate, I will keep you informed. They look pretty cool, and if these work, it will be something I try every year. If they don't work, maybe it was just me and I've done it wrong, but high hopes, and I think they're going to do well. So that is me done for the day. It is very cold here and I've done what I needed to do. Everywhere's looking really nice. I've got some more seeds in the ground. I have managed to get my seedling snails or soil burritos done. They're in the polytunnel now. Hopefully they are going to grow nice. Again, great time of year. Everything is poking out. All my spring bulbs are looking amazing. And I'm itching to spend longer, warmer days down the plot. So thank you for watching and please like and subscribe my videos. If you're enjoying my videos, please leave a comment and hype this video. All your support means a lot and is really helping my channel move forward. So I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one.